No, absolutely.
Flip man, it's the flip man. Flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash. Get that bag.
I can't hear. Can y'all hear me?
Oh, that was me. That was me. My bad.
Okay.
Okay, I'll start over. Flippinar 245, and we're here to talk about real estate investing. Today's topic is how to get ridiculous ROIs with real estate. How to get ridiculous return on investments is what it means. So we got the full house here today. But today, well, really yesterday, was a very special day. because it was Adria's birthday.
Oh, it
Okay.
was. Happy
Okay.
birthday. Thank you.
Happy
Thank you.
birthday, Adrian.
I'd like to first give honor to God for allowing me to be here today. And every day going
Not under the God.
yes, yes. And I look forward to seeing another year, and then plenty of years after that. Thank you all for being here,
Oh
being a
yeah.
part of that.
So yeah, so you all wish Adria a birthday. Her cash app is Ask Flip Man. Dollar
Wow!
sign That's her cash app. Need to repeat it, I will. But anyway, so yeah, so we're here to talk about real estate investing. Please wish Adria a happy birthday. And I guess we'll throw a cash app up there for real. Somebody want to show us some love. Oh, I'm sure she wouldn't mind putting that out there in the atmosphere.
We
or
ain't
whatever.
turning down nothing.
Okay.
Man. So if you want to join us on the live, you can text the word. I'm trying to find it. Text the word Gator to the number 205-964-5243. That'll get you pushed to the front of the line. Text the word Gator. Make sure you also do this. Subscribe to the channel by selecting this button here. Once you subscribe to the channel, tap the little bell, select all, so you now are alerted whenever we upload new videos like this one and when we go live daily. So boom, over to you, AP.
All right. Thank you guys for joining us, and thank you for all the pre-thanks for the birthday wishes that I know about to start falling into the chat box right now. Rennie, how are you doing today?
I am great. How are you, birthday girl?
Thank you. I'm good, but this weather though, can we talk about it? Can we talk about what this weather is doing? Like
It's boot season. It's boot season. And trench coats.
Right. But yesterday it was short season. I mean, like 2 days ago it was like 80 degrees, and now they're talking about it's gonna be in low 20s tonight. You wake up in the morning, low 20s. What are you talking about? That's you mean my age? I did that. Okay, guys, but you're in the right place to talk about wholesaling real estate and other creative forms of real estate investing. You post the questions in the chat box. I will read the questions, and Ty and the beautiful Miss Renikia will answer your questions. Don't forget, as Ty mentioned earlier, you can join us live, get bumped to the front of the line by texting the word Gator to 205-964-5243. As we get further along into the show, we will go over the topic of the day. And we will also, as always, allow Ms. Renikia to tell you how she can help you take your wholesaling real estate or real estate investment game to the next level with her finance company. So looking forward to that. So make sure you stay tuned and stay with us. Apologize for the late start today, but we're going to jump right on into this thing. So Minnie Clark, I see you. Illuminated Light. Thank you. Debbie and Scooter. Rick A. Pina. Hey, I ain't seen you in a minute. Where you been? You up 100K. Oh, need to hear about that, Rick. Oliver Blakely, Deb, I already said Debbie. Oliver Sheila, thank you, Ms. Wooten. Thank you for joining us. And those of you on Instagram and TikTok, I struggle with those screen grab names. So, hey, y'all, that's what we're going to do. So we're jumping right into this. Need questions in the chat, guys. Questions. So we're going to jump over here to Instagram. Flipman. Oh, that's still you, Rick. I see you in all places. All right. Let's see here. Ooh. What? Okay. First one. Thank you. Aranianto. Yep. I said I wasn't going to try. I tried it anyway. What do cash buyers do with the contract script?
Okay. So what do cash buyers do with a contract script?
Yeah.
Interesting question. Like 3 questions in one. I'm really not sure what they mean. What they mean by that. If they could maybe pose that question a little differently.
Right.
Okay.
What do you mean contract script?
I don't know. I don't know what that is. Okay, so follow up on that, and I will be sure to be looking out for your response. Okay, so New Wave, you have 6 apartment complex buildings for sale, buy one old. Okay. Sounds like you might have something. I need a little bit more information to help you out with whether that's a deal or not. Or if it's something that you would like for Ty to look at, just text that over to 5050 to the number 205-964-5243 as well. Oh, hold on. You got me slipping.
Oh, it ain't on.
Ah.
It's on. They on now. You turning that one off. I probably just muted it. It was on. Let me see.
Is it on now? All right. Instagram got your phenomenal. Can you hear me now? All right. So Deval Dent says, my name is Deval Dent. If possible, I would like to talk to you sometime in the future whenever you are available. Well, Deval, guess what? You're in the right spot right now.
Oh, yeah.
Text Gator. Come on live. What questions you got? First up.
Happened to my time right here, baby.
There you have it.
Why we do it the way we do it.
Sheila, thank you for having the book, and you've caused interest into, let's see who, Debbie and Scooter. How do I get the ebook? How do they get the ebook?
Well, if you go into, first of all, I like to make sure people know everything you need to know is right here on the YouTube channel for free. But if you just got to spend some money, I'll be happy to take it. Just go to flipman.net or, well, I ain't gonna confuse you. Just go to flipman.net. If you're on TikTok or Instagram, just tap the link in the bio and you'll see that option there to access it. But that's it.
Okay.
Flipman, it's right here. It's right here behind me.
Flipman.net.
Well, you might have can't see it.
There you go. Holding the money in his hand. Mm-hmm.
You know, when the lady that initially drew that for me, you know, and took her like, well, she probably had other stuff she was working on, but you know, it took us some days to do it. So the dude that I use now, you know, he just turns stuff out same day or whatever. You know, they whatever minute 10 plus hours ahead of us, and so I'll send it to him in the evening, and so
Send it back.
He just sent it back. You know what I'm saying? Like, now it may be 3 a.m. or whatever, but you know, when I wake up, you know, he'll have it there. So, but when I initially got her to do it, I was like, man, if she disappear, if I want to do something different, it wouldn't. But he can, you know, as you can see, he do whatever.
Turn him out.
He just
her
whatever.
clientele. She had a lot of
she had turned me down the last time I tried to get her to do something before I found this dude. You know, yeah. So
that's okay.
Oh no,
that's
it's
okay.
Totally
sis.
okay. You know what I'm saying? So,
what one won't do, another will.
Oh yeah.
Keep it moving.
That's for jobs and men.
Yeah.
So Cassipian, oh my gosh, says I had a house under contract for all of 2 hours today. The seller didn't thoroughly read the contract and blew up on me when they saw it's advertised, threatened me with legal action. What could they possibly sue for? And then the seller claimed to have already sold it to someone else while it was still under contract with me. What's the legality behind this?
Sounds like you're dealing with a really shady individual.
Yeah.
And how do they know you advertised it? We missed some parts here. What?
So they signed the contract but didn't read it, and I guess after they signed it, they noticed that it says the advertisement part.
Okay.
In there.
Okay.
And they didn't like that. But then,
well, he could have, you know, say we'll do another contract. You can.
Yeah, but then at the same time, the seller claimed to have already sold it to someone else while it was still on the contract with me.
Most human beings are in what I call a reasonable box. You know, it fits in. People bouncing around it. But then you're gonna have some of those that are outside that box, and you just can't do business with them. You know what I'm saying? So it sounds like one of those individuals or whatever. So I don't know, but that's what it sounds like. What do you think, Renika?
Absolutely, it does sound like that, and I think it's a hit or miss when it comes to a seller finding out that you're marketing the property for a higher price than you have it when you maybe approach the entire deal as if you a cash buyer, you have the money ready to close, and then all of a sudden they see that their property has been market out there. So I mean, I have been in situations where seller, once they find out, is an issue. They don't like that, or whatever the case may be, and then I feel that they have the ability to void your contract if it's something that they doesn't agree with within your contract. But one thing I do know about your contract, Ty, is that it actually has it in there about marketing. So I wondered, did you all use Ty one-page contract with allowing you all to market? And if so, he signed it, he allowed you to market it. So you are in your rights to do that based on that contract.
Well, that's what I thought he was doing. And what he's saying is that when he signed it, then I think he actually read through it and he saw that verbiage in there. And that's what he started tripping about like 2 or 3 hours later. Not that he saw it advertised anywhere. He finally, after signing it, then he read the contract, you know what I'm saying? And then started tripping about, whatever. And that may have been his intent anyway. It may have been as simple as that in the time frame that you signed the contract, he already been asking other, probably had been contacted, or he contacted other people about selling his house, and somebody reached out to him and made a high offer. It could be as simple as that. And so the way to get out of your contract, he just acting like he losing it because of that verbiage there. You already signed it. Why did you sign it? You didn't read it first or whatever.
Right.
So, but anyway, it's probably more of that than anything. Somebody else made him a better offer and he's looking for a way out. And I would just probably let him out, because at the end of the day, I'm going to do deals that I can't close with sellers.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? I don't want them tripping on me. So, if you do this long enough, you're going to put properties on the contract that you can't close on, right? You can't find a buyer for it, what I mean. So,
right. And the legality behind it is to file your contract on the property records memorandum. So you could do that, but as Todd stated, all you're doing is creating that negative energy with sellers and things of that nature. So it's easier to just keep it moving and understand wholesaling is really a numbers game, and never get caught up in a contract where the seller wants to get out, blah blah blah. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Caspian just responded, it's been hard getting told no for so long, but I'm ready to get my first yes and get my first check. Okay. Yeah, you're on the right track. I mean, you had a potential property, so you're doing something right. The next one, very well, may be that payday for you. So yeah, good luck with that. Let's see here. Hilton Foster, what's up, Flipman and Company? I appreciate what you do and what you are doing. I need an example of a screw that you might, what is to ask the seller to agree to do a contract. Okay, I'm going to just revamp this. Maybe I need an example of a script that you might use to ask the seller to agree to do a contract. Maybe that's it.
Okay, so basically all right, so it starts with you negotiating a price that works for obviously both of you all. The contract is just a part of the process to make the deal happen. So it's not like you're getting them to agree to a contract. You're trying to get them to agree to sell their property, number one, but sell it at a price that makes sense. And a contract is part of putting the deal together. I hope the way that was posed, like he's a little confused on that part of it. You just don't want to get a seller to sign a contract. Does the numbers work? You know what I'm saying? So hopefully I'm answering the question or whatever. What do you think, Renee?
Yeah, I mean, I think when a seller wants to sell and a buyer wants to buy, it's you contract it. So if everybody's in agreement, I don't see it's really no trip. That's just the process of buying a property. So if they don't want to contract it, maybe they're not a motivated seller to really want to sell. But that's just part of the process. They want to sell, you want to buy, y'all come up with the number, y'all put it on the contract. So So I don't understand anything deeper than that when that's just the way that it works.
All right. Thank you for answering that. Phenomenal _2018 says, I've been in for 2 months and still can't find a distressed buyer.
You mean seller?
Seller. I'm pretty sure that's seller.
Yeah. Well, when you say you've been in it for 2 months and you can't find a motivated seller, or distressed seller is the term that you use. What have you been doing to do that, to accomplish that? How many people do you talk to on a daily basis that own real estate, whether it's houses, land, whatever? How many people do you talk to? How many of those people, and it doesn't always have to be this, but or even if it's online, it doesn't matter, so that's the first thing I would need to know, is how many people are you talking to on a daily basis that own real estate? Because number one, just assuming these are off-market deals, meaning they're not for sale anywhere on the internet. Number one, just because they own the real estate doesn't mean they want to sell it. So how many of those would, and that's why it's important to answer that question on how many you're talking to, because now that gets into how many of those want to sell. Then we get to how many of those turn into how many of those that do want to sell, the numbers work for you. So that's why it's important to know the first question is how many people are you talking to on a daily basis, average, that own real estate, to see if they want to sell their property. So what do you do? Basically, I'm asking, what are you doing to generate leads? I should have said that from the beginning.
And I would say, wholesaling is really a numbers game. You got to play the power numbers. How many people I can get in front of on a daily basis? How many people I can get in front of on a weekly basis? How many text messages I'm sending out on a daily, weekly basis? How many banner signs I'm putting out on a weekly basis? How many properties I'm driving by on a weekly basis?
Mm-hmm.
It's in the numbers, so the more numbers, the more properties you drive by, the more text messages you send out, the more banner signs you put out. You just play the power numbers. So
he did respond. He says, I have a 3-way dialer on Mojo and I'm calling 100 daily.
Okay, that's not a bad number, but if you have an actual dialer, but you're only calling 100 people, you should be calling 100 people in an hour.
Right.
Minimum. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's like 800 plus. If we do it even if you don't do it 8 hours, that's still 400. We'll just say you do it 4 hours or whatever. So doing on 100 with a dialer, that's not a lot at all. You got to run up those numbers quite a bit or whatever. So because when you're using a dialer and it'll spit, and you're using a three line dialer, it'll go through 100 so fast because most people are not going to pick up, right? Mm-hmm. And so it's dialing 3 numbers at a time, and then it stops dialing once somebody picks up. So for that, you see how it could just spill through 100 like it's nothing, less than an hour in reality. You got to do more. That's one of you. But I'm going to applaud you because you are doing something. At least that's 500 calls a week if you're doing the 5 days a week, I'm assuming. So 500 calls a week, 2,000 a month or whatever. Assuming if you're being consistent with it.
The retention rate of 2,000 a month, which you would say 1 to 2%. 10% may call you back, which is what 200 people, and then it's 1%, 10% of the 200. So you should get at least on that number, maybe 10 to 20 people, followed up with you or call you back, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe 1 or 2 of them wants to really sell or wants to really buy. So if you think about it, the more numbers you do, if you're doing 10,000 a month, now you got 1,000 people most likely going to call you back. Now you got 100 people most likely going to want to sell to you or something of that nature. So the key to it is just a numbers game.
All right. Thank you. So Josh wants to know, do you recommend getting leads from VAs through Fiverr?
I've heard mixed reviews on that. The question is obtaining leads, and I guess what type of leads are you talking about? Are you getting actual phone numbers? Or are you just getting addresses? I'm assuming you're getting phone numbers. So what are you going to do with those numbers, and what type of leads are they? What have they formed those leads for now. In most cases, the only thing they've done is they have probably a tool similar to Batch Leads or PropStream or something like that, and they just downloading the list and just sending it to you. The game is real.
Absentee.
You can do that there too. You know what I'm saying? The game is real. It's really some brilliant stuff because you don't know what you don't know, right? So a lot of people don't know you can have a tool like a batch or a prop, and you can just do just, I ain't gonna say as much as you want, but enough, thousands a month that you can, download list to do whatever you want to do with them as far as direct mail, cold calling, text messaging, or whatever. But I'm sure that's what they're doing. They just selling to you or whatever. So it's still going to boil down to what are you doing with the list?
Okay. Thank you. Hey guys, just putting it out there again. If you want to join us live to have your questions asked and any follow-up questions that you may have, go ahead and text the word Gator to 205-964-5243. Also, didn't mention it earlier, but make sure you hit the like and subscribe button, hammer that dial. Let us know that you're here and that you're liking the content that you're a part of. Thank you. So Hilton Foster wants to know, ideally, what do you want to see when you look up a property on PropStream to let you know there's a good chance for it to be a deal?
Wow. So using PropStream, he wants to know what would I do to identify a potential deal. Well, with any deal, whether you're using PropStream or whatever, is ideally you're going to start from the end game. And the end game is, how is that investor going to be able to make money on it? Assuming he's doing a fix and flip. All right. So now we need to come up with what would the house appraise for in excellent condition. We call it ARV, or after repair value. Okay. So once you come up with that amount, then there are formulas out there, different ways of calculating everything after that point. The way I've done it over the years, and I have a free deal calculator on my site, dealulator.com. Oh, that's true. You basically, it's ARV times 70% minus repairs minus your fee. And you can access that calculator. Just text the letters DC for deal calculator to the 205-964-5243. But that's it. You have to think in the terms of how the investor is going to make their money first. And that starts with the end game. What will it sell for once they've done the renovations?
Okay. Thank you for answering that question.
But the other thing I'm confident, well, let me go back. He said PropStream particularly. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to look at some history on the property. So in PropStream, they're going to have a mortgage and transaction history section there. So I want to see, like, do they have a mortgage, what they possibly paid for it? When was the last transaction on it? Okay, I'm going to look at that first. Then next, I'll automatically just go dive into the comparables, the comparable sales history, to see what other houses have sold for in the area similar to that house within a certain time frame, within a certain distance. So,
all right. So here next question up is going to be from just Facebook user. Thank you for joining us. It says, Flipman, I got a question. Is wholesaling a commercial property that has a billboard attached to it difficult? So you run across this property and it's listed blazing on the highway on the billboard. If that ain't marketed, that's marketed. So how does that work?
So the commercial property has a billboard on it also.
Yes.
And what was his question?
How difficult would it be to wholesale a property that has a billboard advertising for its sale as well? So it's not off market, it's on market. And not only is it on market, it's also on a billboard.
They're advertising the property itself on a billboard.
Correct.
It'll make it very difficult. It's on the property or just a billboard somewhere else in town?
It just says
it doesn't matter.
A commercial property that has a billboard attached. So yeah, I guess you drive around and it's the big sign in the
on the property.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah, that's terrible. That'd make it different. You have to have the right buyer for that, for real. Maybe you would have an out of town buyer because it is commercial tend to get that a little bit more. So it may not be an issue because sometimes they'll buy sight unseen as far as them visiting the property or whatever. But if it's a local buyer, that may make it a little difficult or whatever, because it's being heavily advertised. I'm assuming if it's being advertised on a billboard, Renikia, what's the likelihood it is also being advertised on the internet?
Is he saying it's being advertised on a billboard, or he's talking about wholesaling a commercial property with a billboard on it?
No, the property is being advertised on a billboard.
I mean, I don't know. That's a lot. I mean, I haven't seen that before. That's a lot. I mean, I think a local investor, depending on the billboard is close to the property. I mean, I don't see a local investor not pulling up to the property to, kind of do their due diligence and probably going to see that billboard. So I would think it would be difficult depending on where the billboard is located to the property. I don't think it's extra.
Okay. All right. There we have it. Amir says, I have a seller that doesn't want to be under contract until I have a cash buyer. It is a good deal, and are you willing to do 50-50 to help out with all 5 properties? You got to at least get the property on the contract before we start talking, right?
Right. I mean, did he verbally negotiate a price? I mean, the seller has every right. I mean, obviously you approach them as a wholesaler without the money. You need to find a cash buyer. The seller's like, hey, holler at me when you got the cash buyer. I get it. Why tie my property up with someone that already told me you don't have the money? So let's discuss it when you do have the money. But if you do it in that way, and that's not a good way to approach it. Never approach it as a wholesaler. I mean, you can, but then you have to get into this whole verbal match of what you're dealing with right now. So and allow it, which causing the seller to determine if they want to put it on contract or not, because of the way you approach the entire transaction. So the seller has every right to say that. I would say that as a seller, if you approach me and tell me you don't have the money, why would I put my property on the contract? But as I was stating, if you do that, then there's something called a non-exclusive contract, where you have a contract with the buyer, with the seller, but that seller also has the ability to market that property to other buyers. So there's a non-exclusive purchase contract that you can probably utilize with a seller like that. But that's just the name of the game, because obviously you approach it and let him know that you didn't have the money. But what do you think, Tom?
Yeah, what you say. Yeah, that's what you said.
Okay. Yeah, that works. Oh, okay. So jumping over here to TikTok, we have Pee Wee Herman Munster. That was easy. I can say all of that. Okay.
Pee Wee.
Oh my gosh, no, don't. Okay. Says, do you have an analyzer to break down how much repair costs to apply to your deal calculator?
Yeah. I don't know if this is the best way, but I think it's a decent method. Right there on Digulator.com. Also, I have a repair estimate calculator, and it's simply you can just do this without using it. And this is not set in stone because it's just a generalization. If you send 3 contractors out to a property, give them all the same instructions, they're going to all come back with different bids. Different amounts on what they can do the job for. So with that being said, as wholesalers, we have to have some idea of what it's going to cost to renovate the property. So I copped this from I got inspired. Well, it's really I copped it from this guy I saw on YouTube, and he broke it down where I could explain it. I really never could explain it the way he explained it or whatever. And I somewhat condensed and make it a little bit more simple the way he explained it. But basically he says if the property is livable, multiply the square footage times $25. If it's not livable, multiply times 40. Now you can make some adjustments on that If it's just a rental property, you know, you probably get away with $15 or $20 per square foot if it's livable, or if it's in a more higher end part of town or something, you may have to do, you know, maybe 30, 35 livable and maybe around 50, 55 not livable. You know, it just depends. So, but generally speaking, that 25 and 40 will work for a lot of property. So, but there's a calculator. And so what you'll do, just plug in the square footage of the house, and it'll spit out the numbers. And normally what I'll do, I'll just round up to the nearest 5 or the nearest 0. So it may come out to be $33,720. So I'll just round it up to 35,000, or it may come out to $47,118. So I'll just round it up to 50. So the nearest 5, nearest 0 up.
All right. Hopefully that helps you out. And just like he said, make sure you go to doyoulater.com, and then you can also text the letters DC, as in DC Comics, to 205-964-5243. Okay.
And the Black Panther was great. It was better than the first one, in my opinion.
Really?
In my opinion.
I'm gonna go see this.
Yeah. Like I was 20 minutes in and knew it was going to be better.
Really?
Really?
Yes.
Oh wow!
I actually have no interest in seeing it at all.
Really?
It's like, oh, I want to go see it. I'm good. I can wait the next year till it come on TV.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
it's good. I'm just letting you know, if you like the first one,
you
would love this.
Really?
Oh my
I
God.
guess
It was
I'm
weird.
not a fan of sequels. So anytime you say
it was written so well. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God, yes.
Yeah.
It is really good.
I have to go check that out then. I liked it the first.
I go check this movie.
I want to see how they written out the king.
Trust me. The way they did that part with him, you will leave that movie amazed.
Dang.
I need to go see it.
I gotta see that.
How they wrote them out, how they explained that.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I gotta see this. I gotta see it.
Okay.
Strongly.
I went Adrian. I will wait until a movie hit my TV, but I mean,
don't do this one. Support. I think his name Ryan Coogler, the director.
You gotta go support. You got to
support when it's falling to my page.
Hit the theater, man.
On my TV.
They want to see them numbers in the theater. You know what I'm saying?
They want to see them numbers, and it did really good the first week.
Well, yeah, we did numbers. Yeah, best second best this year. So
yeah, I got to go see that. Yeah.
Did you dress up in all white?
It was awesome.
Did you wear all
white? King of Fire.
Do that.
Yeah, you're supposed to wear all white.
Yeah.
Or did you at least wear all black?
Oh, that's what they said.
I didn't know what they were doing. I know outside they had like a little thing set up where you could take photos or whatever and stuff. Okay. So, I didn't know why they were dressed up in white. Now in the movie or whatever, I know now since you making me think about it, now it makes sense or whatever. But yeah. Oh,
you was left out the group chat?
I guess I was. That was an actual group chat.
You had a side chat. He went in the side group.
The stylist, you had the right stylist.
That's all right. I got you next time.
It's okay.
If you choose to go back and watch it again, it's gonna be on.
Oh yeah, I'll go. I'm gonna go back and watch it again.
Really? I gotta go.
No question.
Okay. You think you missed something?
That's the weekend movie.
You always gonna miss. Y'all gonna miss. You always gonna miss something. Actually, I had to go get up, go to the bathroom, so I know I missed something. So.
Oh my goodness.
No, I didn't. I gotta win and bought some Skittles, so I know I missed something.
You can take the Skittles in with you before you started.
The popcorn wasn't enough. I hadn't eaten all day, and the popcorn wasn't enough.
And Skittles was just gonna tip you right on.
I was eating bad, so I just went. Ooh, I went totally off the deep edge. I had the big bucket and still smashed it down. We probably 25 minutes. Well, we went through all the previews or whatever, but so.
Yeah. You got left out the group.
Gotta go see it. It is better than the first, in my opinion.
That's the most. You're the first person that said it like that.
Yeah.
But I gotta go see it.
Yeah.
I'm awake. Okay.
The end, how they let the credits roll, And then Marvel do some to try to
you always
connect.
gotta wait. Yeah,
The best ever.
Wow.
Connecting to the next.
The best after the credits ending ever, in my opinion.
Wow.
See,
So it's a third one.
Now I don't need to go see it. Now I just want to see it just because.
So there's a third one you're trying to say?
Oh, it's gonna be a third one. There ain't no question about it. It probably be what we in 2022, probably 24, 25, something like that. But it will be a third one. The ending will show you it's gonna be a third one.
I gotta see it. I need to see I need to see the new King. I need to see that. Absolutely.
The Black Panther. Sweet.
Oh my gosh.
War King was good.
Character. Okay.
Oh, and the villain is off the chain, man.
The villain is not the same guy. It's not Michael B.
No, better than him.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Michael,
the Asian guy.
Yeah, he ain't have no sick. Well, he eventually got superpower because he took the thing Michael B did.
Are you going to tell the movie?
No, I'm just telling you he's better. I ain't telling you none of what he's doing. I just say the villain in this movie, you'll know that he would have kicked what's the name's, you know what?
Okay.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay.
Is Michael B in the movie?
I'm selling news because you just finna ruin it all. But I'm just I want you on it for me. Just go ahead and tell me everything about it so I know what I'm looking for, and I'll be like, oh, that's what you was talking about. And if I like it, I will still like it regardless of you telling me. You cannot spoil movies for me. Just tell me. Tell me.
I'm good with people telling me too, but I ain't gonna duck. I know people watching that haven't seen it, they want to see it or whatever. Some people just wait until like maybe next week or whatever stuff like that.
I'm waiting to $5 movie Tuesday.
Don't do that. Full freight.
It's already on the movie Tuesday.
That is the full freight. Full freight. Then they wouldn't have $5 movie.
Stripped.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Anybody in the comments agree with me? I don't know.
Ain't nobody said nothing about Black Panther.
Okay, all right.
Nobody. When I say nobody, I mean
get y'all.
Nobody.
Ain't nobody going to see Black Panther.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Let me go over here on Instagram. 10 out of 10. See it at the Cavisia. Cavisia. What's a? I don't even know what that is. Oh, movies. God, don't be using special words. Just say movies.
Oh, okay. She said 10 out of 10?
She said 10 out of 10.
Totally agree.
Movies.
Wow.
Yeah. Somebody else said fire.
Totally agree. Ain't no way you would have seen that movie. They ain't gonna have that response.
Support Black directors.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Don't bootleg it. Don't bootleg it.
No way you gonna see that movie not gonna agree with me. I'm telling you.
I gotta see it.
I would be the one to go see the movie and disagree with you.
Ain't no way I already you too sensitive. You will agree with me.
Right.
You just call me a honey punk. Yes, I am. Okay, I am. I admit it. Okay. Take my
you didn't tell me that.
Okay. You tell me I'm gonna cry. Okay. Yeah, I cried to drop it down. So we ain't talking about me. We talking about real estate investments. Oh, goodness, why you?
So they can send me the check. The bank wire's been emailed. The bank wire information has been emailed.
Because you have advertised that movie.
No, but for real, it's good, man. It's good.
Okay.
But Marvel like that though. They moves be better. They can be better than the next one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. That if you into that, some people. But see, a lot of people went and seen Black Panther, the first one. What black people just be transparent here. And they not even into that stuff.
Me.
You know what I'm saying? So okay, there we go. But the way they write it, you don't have to know anything about the character.
No, but it's so much better when you do.
Character
arcs, and how they
Black
tie
Panther,
into
I didn't know
other.
I didn't know a lot about that character. I didn't know a lot about it.
Did you go?
Was the old Black Panther movie? It wasn't a Black Panther, was it?
It's always been a black dude.
They always been a black.
Yeah, see what they do. They come from the comic book, so they try to stay. They don't stay onto it, but they have to make it more entertaining. So a lot of the real Marvel heads or comic book heads, they'll complain about it, but they try to. They're gonna normally keep the characters based on what the Marvel universal character, which is thousands of, or whatever. Right. But with Black Panther, like she said, she's not into those movies, but it was still easy to follow, not knowing anything about or whatever. Which they had already, got him into the end game, you know, and all that stuff with the Avengers or whatever. But you know, you wouldn't know that. You know what I'm saying? You don't really watch, you don't care about that. You know, but they normally make the movies, you know, like Captain America. All the two Captain Americas after the first one. Well, I mean, they were better than the first one. You know what I'm saying? Am I wrong or right?
You're right. I think Black Panther
Iron Man was better than the first one.
Right.
Thor's weren't. Them.
No, they went down. They went down.
Thor movies
they went off the rail. They went too. You know, they went too silly.
No.
I agree with you.
You know, Spider-Man's.
They get better. You know, like that last one was, you know.
They brought out the
Spider-Man is good.
Yeah.
Anyway, the Hulks, they really not have them the Hulks really a good justice.
But it's still been good.
They've been good.
It's still been good.
For him to be one of the, you know what I'm saying, the X-Men's, you know what I'm saying?
You can't dispute that.
You know what I'm saying? They all live good, you know what I'm saying? They've gotten better. Every one of them gotten better.
Yeah.
You know, so anyway, but I know we're here to talk about that guy. This is my kid coming out of me. Don't be nobody but grown people there. You know what I'm saying?
But that's who it's for.
I know.
That's who it's for. These kids don't know anything about comic books or DC or Marvel. They know, that's Batman. But they couldn't tell you the first Batman and black and white and how it relates to the comic books and how the characters rolled into each other.
The first time I didn't know nothing about no SpongeBob. You know, I heard the name, but I didn't know what the character do. So when I used to go to Golden Corral, I was in there one day, and
you really went from Marvel to SpongeBob.
I'm just saying they cartoons suck. That's what I'm getting to.
Okay. You talk a lot of chunk, but
cartoons, they suck. Then they anyway. Oh my God, they were losing their mind. So they had like a little party in one of the back rooms, and so you know they had the actual SpongeBob character in there. I was just in there. I didn't know what, you know what I'm saying, just a bunch of kids. I didn't know, and so I just kept hearing something going. And they just started losing their mind. I said, "What?" I asked one of the waitresses. I'm like, "What are they going? What is that?" I said, "What's going on?" I said, "What?" She said, "That's SpongeBob's theme song. So when they hear that, they just gonna go crazy." I'm like, "What?"
That's crazy.
I didn't know.
I'm a fan of SpongeBob. I'm sorry.
That's terrible.
Yeah,
SpongeBob.
Man, I was a kid. I only like to watch superheroes.
I like the Black Panther Avenger character.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I only like to watch superhero stuff. Maybe like Fred Flintstone and Bugs and stuff like that. But you know, I was more. I wanted to see Spider-Man. I wanted to see the Hulk. We wanted to see the Super Friends. We want to see Stretch Armstrong. We want to see He-Man. Dungeons and Dragons.
Thundercats.
Oh my God.
Thundercats. Oh, now you gonna stop. You want to start talking about Thundercats?
I can't believe they've never done that before.
When they teased it like 2 years ago, when they had it all over social media, and it was like Thundercats movie coming out. It was a prank. Oh my gosh! Yeah. I mean, people were upset about that. I was so excited.
Voltron.
Oh, yeah. When you start going
those some real cartoons, man. Those some real cartoons.
Yeah. I don't know. When they did the Transformers, they did a good job of Transformers.
They did a good job of Transformers.
They did a good job of Transformers. So I wouldn't.
Robots in the sky.
That's right. I always wanted to be a Decepticon. Sorry, not an Autobot.
You know.
The Decepticons were a lot.
Anyway, we win. I don't know. We never went this far off track. It's the holidays, guys. Lighten up.
Holidays. That's right.
Now, Snack Patch, you keep Captain Planet. Now, Captain Planet is a hero. Taking pollution down to zero.
I don't know if I remember that.
Oh, yeah. I watched Captain Planet, but it ain't on no top 10 list.
Oh,
absolutely
no.
Not. I know what you're talking about, Captain Planet. Yeah, and Mother Earth.
No superheroes like
that. Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Sorry. So sorry.
We got two to the left, Mike.
Hey, bring it on back.
Okay, so reeling it back, dialing it back. You still have the opportunity to see if you had a came on, text Gator and text the number and joined and asked your own questions. You would be in the front of all of this, and we wouldn't even venture on down this
Who started
that
that?
we went down.
Who started that? Me?
You did. You just randomly.
I know that just came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, you did that. Okay, stop.
Okay.
So Horace, yes, that calculator is the bomb. Speaking of the Do You Later calculator that is available to each and every one of you at doyoulater.com. Yes, the billboard that we were talking about is just attached to the property. So,
Oh.
but it's
So the billboard is advertising the for sale, is advertising the commercial property.
no, the property is not being advertised on the billboard. The billboard is just on the property. So,
Right, that's what I thought he was trying to say. But I mean, I think at the end of the day, it's still a commercial property with a billboard on it. So I would focus on trying to find the value of the commercial property. And I don't know how to evaluate a billboard, but you have to just somewhat ask the buyer, I mean, ask the seller what they're going to sell the billboard for, or whatever the case may be. So I don't think that'll be an issue. Having a billboard on your property is actually a asset because it's a cash flowing asset.
okay. Thank you. So Shaq, full-time wholesaler. All right, that's what's up. That's Shaq from West Side D-Town, wholesaling full-time now and loving it. He's ecstatic. That's what's up. That's what's up. So M-Star wants to know, when speaking of getting a large volume of leads and using I'm assuming that's dialer, not diaper, using a dialer, it seems paying for a monthly subscription to PropStream, SkipTrace, or some other tool is the best way to go? Question mark.
Okay, so now you're gonna have to have some way of skip tracing your list, and we're talking about a decent sized list if you're gonna do the dialing. If you're going to do the cold calling. Now, I think Batch Dialer has the skip tracing built in to it. So if you want to access that, I got it somewhere here. That dialer. And I'm going to try to do a video on the updated video and text message. I have one on the channel, but it's from a couple of years ago. So I'm going to do an updated version and try to give you all an opportunity to get a lot of the tricks and tips that we use to do our thing around here. But text the word dialer to the number 205-964-5243 to access that dialer. But yeah, you got to have somewhere to skip trace your list to answer your question.
All right, good deal. Thank you. Let's see here. So Erica says, yesterday I text you the properties previously discussed. Were you able to comp to see if they were deals or not?
Erica, I got you. I'm glad you did, but I got you. I'm gonna do that tonight, so you'll receive a text message from me. I got you.
Okay. So Chris wants to know, can you wholesale $1 million property in this market?
$1 million property, yeah. If it's worth $2 million. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Or it's an $1 million ARV and it's worth, and you're getting for 500,000 or 600, 7, maybe even 700, depending on what condition it's in. Oh well, yeah, most definitely, yes.
The same formula applies for $1 million house, 100,000.
Guys, once you start doing deals, you'll realize really quick, and you'll keep saying this to yourself: there's some people out here got some money.
Mm-hmm.
Stop watching the news, man. I'm telling you, I ain't gonna say it's not reality, but it's almost like in the world of money, it's not reality. That news, when they talk about recession, all that stuff, that's for poor people. That ain't for everyone who got money. You know what I'm saying? They still gonna be making money, whether quote unquote recession on or not, especially in the real estate world. Stop listening to the news when it comes to this stuff. Unless they make real estate free, the opportunities will be endless.
Right.
Will be endless. I'm telling you. The deal is there.
Stop listening to they always talking.
Yeah, they always talking. They.
Stop listening to that.
Don't listen to them. Them or they. Mm,
But apply the same formula to whatever numbers. Don't even pay attention to numbers. The formula works across all boards. You can move $100 million estate. If it's worth 200 million, it's the same formula. You know what I'm saying? So don't overcomplicate it, I would say.
All right, thank you for that. Michael Fortone says, I've noticed on Zillow, which I've been going really hard at in multiple area codes, when I find something that looks tempting in call or text, it's an agent instead of an owner. So is that normal? Is that typically how it goes?
No. Probably what's happening, if he's seeing something that says for sale by owner, the way Zillow has their site set up, agents have an opportunity to advertise on the site, and it'll be a little button there that says contact agent, right? What you should be looking for is listed by owner. You scroll down on that right side, that's where it's set up right now. Until you see that listed by, you don't call or click any buttons, right? Because what happens is when it says contact agent, you may have 30 agents that may be in line to get that lead, and they just take them in order or however their algorithm works, or whoever's paying the most or whatever. So the agent will call you like they know about the lead. Well, they're going to get the notice to say, hey, someone just inquired about this property that's for sale by owner. And it's an opportunity for them, number one, to talk to you. Like, they already know what the deal is, owner, and they hadn't even talked to the owner. And so then they'll reach out to the owner and say, hey, I got a buyer for you. So now that's an opportunity. So that's the way that's set up. You have to know what to look for when you're dealing with Zillow, because that's how they make their money. They charge agents. That's how they make most of their money. And lenders and stuff, but that's how they make their money. And they provide leads to agents.
All right, thank you.
Matter of fact, I'll just show you. Let me see if I can pull up a prop. You go ahead. I'll just pull up while you're doing.
Okay, so let's see here. Maumelle, Arkansas. I live in Maumelle, Arkansas. Lots of homes and buildings being built. How do I start, and what do you know about this area?
Okay, real quick, before we answer that question, let me just share my screen really quick. Let me see if I can back up what I'm talking about here. Move that banner if you don't mind. AP.
Okay, hold on. Sorry.
I got it. Let me see, where is it? Okay, so I just put up Philadelphia, PA, because I know it's going to be a lot of properties probably in that market. So if you go up here to for sale, and I'm going to uncheck everything except by owner, right? And hit done. And okay, so hopefully these are by owner here. Let me make sure. So I said agent listen, then so other. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna click just any one of these. I'll just click this one here. Okay, so like this one says for sale by owner, but right here, right up under it, it says contact agent.
So that's what you're clicking. You're contacting.
Yeah, you're gonna contact an agent. That ain't who you want to talk to. You want to scroll down, and
you just passed it.
I passed it. Okay.
Yeah. Up, right.
Yeah, this is the person you want to talk to. Listed by property owner. Right here. But if you don't know, you'll click on this button, and boom.
Okay.
No one is half the battle. G.I. Joe.
Okay. Hey, Oliver. Happy holidays to you as well. See, y'all gonna get off Captain Planet. I'm sorry, because I'm trying to figure out, like, y'all just couldn't have been that excited to see Captain Planet every day. Okay. Going home. So we answered that from Michael. Maumelle, KD Coy was asking about Maumelle, Arkansas. There's a lot of homes and buildings being built there. Wanted to know how to start and if you knew anything about the area. So that's a new and upcoming area.
What's the name of the town?
Maumelle. I may not even be saying it right, but I said Maumelle.
Maumelle. Spell it again.
Maumelle.
Arkansas.
Yes, it's located northwest of Little Rock. Only has a population of about 20,000.
So it's a suburb of Little Rock. Well, yeah, that's a suburb of Little Rock. So yeah, what about it?
Just want to know if it is where to start in an area like that.
Like with anything, you want to try to target owners. It only probably has one zip code there, right? With prop, you could actually diagram this just out that entire city, I guess you say, or town, and you could target that directly. Either through the zip code and or the name of the town, if you want. Still, as Radhika said earlier, it's a numbers game.
Okay, gotcha. So, guys, I've ultimately gone through all of the questions that you have there in the chat. It would be a great time for us to dive into the topic of the day. I'm going to throw the screen grab up. Bam. Ooh, percent. 9,900%.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. See, and let me tell you the math on that really quick.
What's the topic of the day?
The topic of today is how to get ridiculous ROIs with real estate.
Oh.
ROI means return on investment. Meaning how much money did I spend? And from that money, how much did I get back?
I spent $10 on a contract and cashed in $50,000 check.
Okay, so possible.
Right.
Actually possible.
That's possible.
But in this situation, if you see the flip man guy, imposter, is holding $100. He gets $10,000 back.
Right.
That's 9,900%.
Okay.
ROI.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Where can you get that at?
Exactly.
You can't get that in the dope game.
Something I wish if I could tell you, I know what
where
you
can you
think
get
before
that
you're thinking. I was just going to say that. I was thinking to say, not even with dope.
You said that.
Hey, let's risk.
That cash on cash, yeah.
Yeah.
Cash in, cash
All right,
out,
so that's what that means. I don't really have to say anything else, but that's wholesaling. Now, I didn't want to do zero because sometimes that's zero. So now that number is infinite. When you don't spend anything and you make $10,000, there's no number that exists for it.
Okay.
It's an infinite rate of return.
I mean, it's everything.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And so that's what happens with, as Radhika say, how she started with co-wholesaling. Reverse wholesaling, they call it. You found a group of buyers, 4 or 5, and you wholesaled other wholesalers' properties. And you probably didn't put any money up. It's just the paperwork.
That's all
you split a $25,000 payday. That's $12,500 each.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
That's how you get ridiculous returns in real estate. It's called wholesaling real estate.
Right.
It wasn't a trick. It wasn't a trick, but there it is. You know what I'm saying? That's how that 9,900% can arrive over and over again. It's hard to beat that.
Yeah.
It's hard to beat that. Now you can do a fix and flip, right? And
but it's capped.
You get that.
Yeah, it's gonna be on like 30 or 40%. You know what I'm saying? And I'm being optimistic on it. You know what I'm saying? Most people are happy with 20 plus or whatever percent on their money. So not saying you can't make money with it. I'm not. Come on now. I'm not saying that. But for me to do 10 deals, assuming everything is equal, right? For me to do 10 of those wholesale deals with $100 invested in each one of them, I only need $1,000.
Right.
But say we did that, and every time that I did a fix and flip, I needed $100,000, and I want to do 10 of those. That's $1 million.
Right. You need more in your pocket.
You know what I'm saying? Now I may make 40 on it, but it took me $100,000 to make that 40 versus 100 to make 10,000. You tell me. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Less out of pocket is the way to go.
Oh my God, yeah. You're spending other people's money, you know what I'm saying? But at the highest rate ever. You know what I'm saying? They just ridiculous. What, somebody said something?
Yeah, I'm putting it on the screen. There you go. Jason Fox, new shirt.
Oh wow.
You can't get that from
Why you do me like that? You know we gonna do it. Hey, oh my God.
Right.
Huh? Who said that?
Jason. I'm blaming Jason.
Oh no,
You
no,
said
no. Hey, you know that's coming.
that.
It's your fault.
I don't know how we're gonna do it, but we're gonna do it.
Right.
So we're gonna put a scale, and on one of the scales, we're gonna put like some doping pills, and on the other scale, we're gonna put a house with some money, and we're gonna say better to return on your investment, real estate, dope. Yeah, I like the two. I like that.
That might be too much, but yeah.
It's not too much. Like, too much into it. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Question from NT10. I'm trying to say it. Okay, I had an agent ask me if I was okay with a buyer using a conventional loan to close. Is this a problem? So when we're talking about wholesaling, a buyer using a conventional loan, how does that really work out?
I had an agent though. Right. Okay, so obviously you a seller, you have a property. Okay. I mean, I think as a wholesaler, you may not have time to wait on a conventional loan. So you have to determine, do you have enough time on your seller's contract? If you have enough time on your seller's contract to wait on their conventional loan. Some people can negotiate 30, 45 days, 2 weeks of due diligence and things of that nature. So it really going to boils down to your terms of your AB contract as you sell those same terms to the BC contract. So your AB contract, which is the contract between you and the seller, if they're asking you to close in 10 days, you don't have time to wait 35, 40 days on a conventional loan. So it may be a problem for you to be able to approve that contract dealing with that conventional loan. So it all boils down to your ability to negotiate a longer term with your original contract. If not, then it may not be your buyer.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Now is no better time than the right time, which is now time for Renikia. We have quite a few people in our chat, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, and I'm sure they would love to know how you and your company could assist them with taking their real estate investment journey to the next level. So I'll give you the opportunity to tell them about that.
Thank you. As always a pleasure to be a part of the Flippinar show. My name is Renikia Williams, owner of a private lending firm. We specialize in real estate investment, financing, fix and flip, new construction, rental properties, multifamily, commercial, 30-year commercial if you're ready to get into your commercial game. And if you're interested in those loan products, feel free to give me a call or text that number that you see on your screen.
Okay. And for those of you on Instagram and TikTok, that number is 770-246-2307. As you call, make sure you allow 48 to 72 hours for a member of Renikia's staff or herself to respond. And as always, she is available across all social media platforms. Renikia Williams. Same thing. Allow time. And make sure what you've seen in is business related. Stop putting stuff in her boxes and stuff. Okay.
Exactly.
Focus. Okay, so
script.
Oh my goodness. Is it good to have a real estate license and wholesale at the same time? I would think with the extra knowledge, you can use the combo to help more people and make more money, right or wrong?
All agents should be wholesaling.
Okay.
Because if you're doing what we do as wholesaler to generate leads, right? Most of them we can't do anything with. For an agent, a good number of those could turn into listings. Right? All agents should be wholesaling. It's just a no-brainer. Because a lot of times they will encounter a client that will take a lot less. But agents are always trying to sell it for more because that's how they make their money. The more they sell it for, the more the commission check is because it's based on commission. But a wholesale fee in a lot of cases will be a lot more than what the commission would be, even though the seller sold the property for significantly less. But brokers don't want them to get sort of crossed up into that because that comes out of their pocket at the end of the day. It's not illegal. It's just they know it can affect their bottom line.
Right.
But you got some brokers, they don't care. It is what it is. But that's why. But all agents should be wholesaling, because if you're a wholesaler first and just have a real estate license as a tool, you're going to be generating so many leads that the ones you can't do with as far as a wholesale deal because the numbers don't work, you can still make money on them with a listing, some of them. That's just a no-brainer to me. Am I missing something, Renika?
Absolutely not. It's an absolute no-brainer. Real estate agents need to be real estate investors. That's something I just won't ever understand. That honestly, most real estate agents know nothing about real estate investing, and I just don't understand that. So if you are in a real estate agent, then you should want to learn every aspect of real estate. And on top of that, I can tell you now, wholesalers market leads 10 times better than a real estate agent. Wholesalers run laps around real estate agents and their ability to generate leads. That's another reason why real estate agents need to learn wholesaling, investment game, because it's gonna take your real estate agent game to another level, because the hustle that is taught to wholesalers on how to go find these leads is next level hustle that is not being taught from these brokers. So I encourage that, absolutely. And on top of that, you got to understand that real estate agent is becoming so saturated. Everybody got a realtor in their families. So your ability to really go out there and really, really, truly rack up a lot of money in real estate as a real estate agent only can be minimum, depending on your state, your metropolitan area. So I would definitely focus on other ways in real estate that I can make money on top of my real estate license.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
You mentioned that I had two young ladies just last week, and I mean like 2 days ago, last week, came in and was like, "Oh, we need to cut our hours back at work. We're going to real estate school." I was like, "Both of y'all?" "Yeah, we're gonna go together." I'm like, "Oh, okay. So y'all gonna be trying to sell houses in the same market. Y'all gonna going for who get it?" I don't know. We have this mentality that there's enough out there for everybody to eat, but there are some markets where it's just like, hey, it's only so many houses.
Yeah,
it's enough out there for everybody to eat, but I promise you, everybody ain't eating.
Everybody ain't eating.
Everybody ain't eating. And I promise you that. I promise you that.
Oh my God, yes. Hey, it's enough out there for everybody to eat, but everybody ain't eating.
I'm telling you.
You got some anorexia going on out here, baby.
Yeah. And the more some of these agents becoming more influencers in these cities, they getting leads before anybody else get leads. So it's so much for you to have to market yourself through, because the name of the game right now is marketing. Whoever's marketing the loudest is getting the most leads.
Yeah, you're right. Blaine Booker wants to know, have you ever heard of a recast loan? And do you think it's a good idea to use it as a way to leverage equity?
Well, let's Google that.
It's a recast loan.
Yeah, let's Google that.
It's probably just a new name for the same thing.
A recast loan. A mortgage recast is when a lender recalculates the monthly payments on your current loan based on the outstanding balance and remaining term. Sound like a what they call it?
And that's a modification.
A modification. Is that what it sounds like?
I figured it was just a new name, a different name for the same thing, but that sounds like a modification.
Yeah.
And if you're going to allow modification and you can lower your monthly payments, why not?
Yeah. To read the rest of it, it says when you purchase a home, your lender calculates your mortgage payments based on the principal balance and the long term. Every time you make a payment, your balance goes down. Well, yeah.
That also sounds like a refinance.
That's what I was about to say. Or a refinance.
Refinance. You just refinance in according to the terms. I mean, you could have got a 7-8% interest rate. Now interest rates are 5%. You refinance according to today's terms.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think you should definitely do that. Absolutely. If you're able to get a lower a 7%, the difference from a 3% and a 6-7% could be $500, $600, $700 on your mortgage.
Oh yeah.
I think absolutely, if you ever get ability to lower your interest rate on your mortgage, you should take it.
Yep.
Because that's actually more money in your pocket every month because of the difference of that mortgage payment.
Yep.
Okay. So La Bruja 11 wants to know what's the next step when sending a postcard to a possible seller if they say yes.
Or you mean they've caught? So you sent a postcard out. They reached out to you. They responded to the postcard by calling you or whatever, and you all negotiate a deal. I'm assuming, meaning the price works for you, works for them, a contract.
Okay. Boom, bada, bing. There you have it.
There it is.
Okay.
All right, guys, we've been rolling pretty hard. Here's Adria's birthday again. If you want to send us some money, I'll send it to her. Just cash out me. I got
that's good. That's good money because he's gonna match it.
Yeah.
You don't match it. Okay.
Script. The Black Panther. But anyway, yeah, so you cash out me at Ask Flip, man. I'll get it over to her. I promise I will. You just have to let me know that's what it's for now. You don't just send some blind. I'm saying, look how they just bless
You gotta put a memo on that thing. Put a memo on it.
You gotta put a memo on it. This is for Adria. I'm sorry, Tyrone. This is for Adria. Tyrone.
That ain't how you spell Adria.
Do not send it blindly. Do not.
Script. All right. So anyway, guys, go check the movie out. I guarantee you will thank me later. We appreciate the ladies joining us. And we won't be here next Thursday. Well, I'm going to say that. Undoubtedly.
And myself was supposed to sit here and ask why.
Yeah. You can ask me. I'll let you figure it out, but I won't be here. You can come up here. You got a key. I won't be here.
Thursday. Oh.
I will be being turned like a chicken by that time. By this time next Thursday, you can roll me. You can roll me on like I'll be just pitiful, just suffering probably.
Full
of I can't believe Thanksgiving next.
Full of dressing. That's the only thing. That's the only thing I really eat, like dressing and roll.
You vegan? Of God, yeah.
Dressing though.
What do you mean?
But that's some chicken grease and dressing now.
In it, like
no. We don't get down like that.
Y'all don't put chicken grease in?
No, do like chicken pieces.
Yeah.
No, we don't do that. No.
No,
we don't do that. No, she'll have like turkey legs and wings in it, like, but those are huge.
Or whatever. No, not like it's shredded.
No.
Within it.
No, that's
like
too. No. I wouldn't prefer mine like that. I'll eat it probably.
Okay, here's the quick question. This may.
What?
Cranberry sauce or no?
I can do it. I love dressing so much I can eat it without it. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to have it. If it's an option, I will, but I don't have to have it or whatever.
I definitely love dressing. Some cranberry sauce. Yeah,
I need some cranberry sauce.
Yeah,
Ocean spray cranberry sauce jelly.
Oh,
you telling me with that whole mess? I'm fighting.
There's gonna be a whole bunch of low vibrational plates next week.
I ain't got to have it. I'll get it if it's later.
Until Ty plate gonna be royalty. Royalty.
Hey, yeah.
No grease on it, straight royalty. You feel me?
Grease, some pecan pie. See what we do, like a lot of people. I don't know how y'all do, but I ain't saying one way better than another. Like some people. Like they wait until like 4 or 5 to eat or whatever.
Right.
That ain't how we do. Like when I get so I'm gonna tell you. So when I get there Wednesday, my mom don't cook no. She ain't able to cook no more. But anyway, so my niece do all the cooking now. So she'll be did all her cakes and pies and stuff or whatever. Whether she bought some, cooked some. I start cutting then, right? Pecan pie is being cut. Red velvet being cut.
On
Wednesday.
You eat the cake first.
All right. So then on Thursday morning, there's no breakfast. By 10:30, she pulling out the dressing out the oven. I'm diving in. A prayer might be said, might not be. they might say it, but I be the.
So 10:30 a.m.
Oh yeah. I'm diving in. So When all that goes away, my mom, but all that goes away, I'm gonna have to make a real adjustment if I integrate into other families because what I dealt with, that's what I'm saying. I dealt with folks where they be waiting 4 or 5. I'm like, what?
Oh, yeah.
Everybody,
They tell everybody you don't eat that too, and we don't eat the 4 or
What
5.
you gonna do before then?
I think that's 99% of us, though.
Huh?
That's about 99% of families, I think. I don't know. Y'all got something different going, Ty.
Oh, yeah. I'm telling you, when the dress
Y'all got a full schedule over there.
that'd be the last thing she pulls out. And it's been like that since I can remember.
But I'm going to tell you.
So y'all napping at 4 o'clock. Y'all 4.
It's ready to go, but you ain't supposed to touch it.
No.
You ain't supposed
No,
to.
we still waiting on
stove Thursday morning. I'm in there standing right over top of her shoulders, like what a big spoon, man.
Okay,
we're gonna have to adjust. When you get married, you have to adjust.
You better sleep in late.
Cakes
There's no way the family gonna have something ready at 10:30. There's no way.
Now, what I will do, I'll bring
the grill just got hot at 10:30.
Honey. Oh yeah, like I'll bring some seafood, something for the cook, so to eat then. But the desserts are being devoured.
Oh, okay.
Starting Wednesday.
Oh, Wednesday. Okay. You ain't waiting.
That ain't normal.
Hey.
That ain't normal.
All right,
I guess that makes sense though. You eat some cake first. You good for a couple hours.
Just total renegade, man.
That's anyway. Normal, we're gonna say it like that. That ain't how things.
That ain't normal. Man, if I showed up with you so well, I was Adrian.
We're gonna have a start by the time we eat.
It's gonna be looking crazy.
I can't get a turkey leg. Somebody can't give me one.
Man,
then
when you start getting the order of things who eat first,
ain't nothing open.
You don't get nothing.
Amen.
Nothing is open that day. So what you supposed to do until 4 or 5 o'clock?
You better eat some breakfast.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
in the morning.
Right?
We don't do breakfast on them days. That is the breakfast.
You better get you a piece of light bread.
Hey, by 4 or 5 o'clock, you know how many times I done ate by 4 or 5 o'clock that day?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It be some mad grandkids around the table now.
You know how many times a couple of football games that already been on, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Yeah, man. Anyway.
Everybody get a little snack plate, though. You get your little snack plate.
Hey, she got me ruined, man. My mama, on that anyway. So I'm gonna have to make a.
You may have to just bring her to your house, your mama's house. Just bring her.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
But anyway, guys, we been raw. We still live, ain't we? Oh,
yes. We are.
Hey, everybody, we won't be here next week. That's the point of what I'm saying here. So, whatever you celebrate, what you're doing, just enjoy the time off if you are, or whatever. We'll check you guys out.
Don't do no Black Friday shopping. Stay at home. Retailers will love you.
So we'll see you on the 1st. What is that? December 1st?
Yeah.
Yeah, December 1st. We'll see you guys on December 1st.
Okay.
All righty.
We're out. See you on Flip.
Yep.
Text me and I'll text you back. Text me and I'll text you back. Text me then I'll text you back. You text me then I'll text you back. Text me then I'll text you back. TikTok, you don't stop. I will help you make your paper stack. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at now? 205-964-52439.